Hi guys, Max Perez from Digital Octopus. Thank you so much for the support. Happy 2025 with a brand new video for you guys today. And I just want to start with this quick unboxing of the new DOC-1013 and 1415. And we're gonna get right on it. So let's get started. All right, so right out of the box, we're gonna take out the camera, we're gonna put it right on the side, and the wires, which will go right here. We don't need the box. All we need is these three items right here. Right, so the first thing we're gonna do is scan this QR code, and what this QR code is going to do is take us to the written instructions for this camera here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my phone on photo. This is an iPhone. And I'm just gonna click on this yellow text that comes up here, and it'll take me directly into the instructions. So now, note, there are two versions of it. One of them is the one with the RCA connectors. And now we have this new model that only requires one wire to connect. So I'm gonna show you how that works, because that's this camera here. So I'm gonna put the phone on the side. I'm gonna put this on the side, and I'm gonna start with the camera. All right, so this is our DOC-1013 and 1415. 1415 is a little bit bigger, and there's also a list of other cars that it fits. It's not just for Camaros, and I'll put that list on the website soon. But this is pretty much the model that goes in your license plate light, so it's nicely hidden, and it doesn't protrude as much as those universal cameras. So right here you have your light bulb for the license plate, and it goes right in there, so everything looks factory. So take this apart. We just need the ends here just so I can show you guys, and these are the most important parts right here. So we have the one connector which has 4 pins, and the other side has an RCA. So the side with the 4 pins, that's the one that goes to the back of the car, and that just plugs in right to this. In this a little groove right here that you can match it up, and it'll go right in. If the groove is not aligned, there's no way it's gonna go in. So I'm just gonna align it, press it, snaps into place. You could put a little bit of electrical tape just to do some weatherproofing. And then the next one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this wire here. This is the red and black on the Camaros. You don't need this. The way this camera is wired, you don't need it. So you can actually go ahead and cut this wire right over here. You don't need this. So cut the wire. Done. So this goes to the license plate, and all you have to do now is connect this one wire to the back of your radio, and this wire to the power source of the radio. So I'm gonna pull one of the radios here, and I'll show you how I connect it. Give me. All right guys, so I pulled out this DO-1015 from my warehouse, and this one thing I would like to mention, that 99% of these Android radios have the same connection. So you're gonna have an RCA harness just like this one, and it's gonna have a blue wire or red coming out from that harness itself. I'll explain to you in 1 second what that is. And you have a single RCA right here. So we're gonna start with our connections, and we're gonna pull our RCA from the camera and our power. And what we wanna do is we're gonna go ahead and give this a little bit more space right here. So the best way always for these connections is to solder it, but if you do not have a solder gun, that's fine. You could use electrical tape, or you could use these heat shrinks tubes right here. So I'm gonna pull one on the side. I'm just gonna grab a small one for now. I'm not gonna do the full process because I don't have a heat gun or a lighter with me. So I'm just gonna put it on the side for now. And then this single wire usually It has no label, and if it has a label, it'll probably say amp or continuance, or it will say 12 volts. So this is the one wire we want to get so we could power up our camera. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this shrink tube and put it right in here. He's gonna feed it through. And we're gonna put that on the side there. Now we can go ahead and tie up our two positives. And then once we have it nice and tight, we're gonna fold it, and then we're just gonna feed it through this tube again. So now we can go ahead, if you have a lighter or a heat gun, which is probably better so you don't have an open flame in your car, just shrink this tube right in here, or just use electrical tape. And then the next wire is for our RCA signal, and that goes connected to the radio right over here. So that plugs in right there. So basically, this is the only connections you're gonna do. 3 points. So it's gonna be the RCA, the power, and the camera to the 4th pin, which goes right here. So I'm gonna pull this out so you can see it again, and it plugs in right over here. So that's pretty much all the connections. So once again, I'm gonna just go over everything again. We are gonna take our camera, we're gonna plug it to the main harness camera here. We're gonna get rid of the positive and negative. If you have a Camaro, you don't need this, so you could cut that off right there. And you can fold this, put some tape. Also guys, if you have an amp, when you do cut this, don't cut it all the way here. Give yourself some slack. So if you ever decide to put an amp in your car, like an aftermarket amp, you can always use this wire as a 12 volt. So I'm gonna strip that, and you could grab your 12 volt that powers up your amp from here for the remote. Remember, not the power, the remote. So just connect this to the remote and you should be good to go. And you don't have to run 2 wires. So I'm gonna cut these for now, put it on the side. So remember, put some tape on this as we go along the cable. We have here our RCA, which is what's gonna send the signal to the radio. Of course, the power, which is the 12 volt coming out of the car's radio into the camera. So I always get a lot of questions, and I know there was another video out there, but at that time there was a lot of versions of the harnesses where it had the camera out, which was a brown wire, yellow wire, pink wires. So we got rid of all of that. So now what you want to do is connect your camera to the remote, which is the blue one right here from the main harness. You won't have any issues whatsoever, and that's gonna guarantee to work, and it's guaranteed to work on all Android radios. So remember this, blue wire to the red, which is powers up the camera, and then it goes into here and then here. So that's pretty much it for you guys. This is the DOC-1013 and 1415, and this is for 2010 to 2015 Camaros. There's also going to be other vehicles listed on the website which this camera is compatible to, so make sure to visit us at digitaloctopusradio.com. This is it for today. You guys have a happy new year, and I'll catch you on the next one.